Here's Ray in Maryland. Go ahead, Ray. You're on with me and Ricky.
Hey, thanks, Eddie. Ricky, how are you, man?
Wonderful, thank you.
Cool deal, man. When you said you were at the speaking event you're doing in Vegas is going to be your last one. Does that mean the last this version?
I'm not saying it in a Motley Crue way.
I was wondering if you were playing the farewell card.
No, I really believe this is the last because I think that I want to see what else I can do, what else is out there. And I've been doing the whole thing myself. If something else came up and somebody said, hey, like somebody said, if I might ride my motorcycle to Alaska, somebody said, would you do a show in Alaska? Well, maybe I would do that. And I am doing a show on the Headbangers Boat, but that's going to be a different show. And it's not a publicity stunt because
I was just playing with you, man.
No. But everybody says that. Sure, it's your last one. But, I believe it is. But if somebody came up and said, "Hey, you play this play," I probably would. But I don't think I've got any more shows. None for a long time.
Yeah, it sounds like you're
Ray,
kind of our heavy metal free spirit. But my top 5, and I did, I guess, make sort of a faux pas. I didn't put any Van Halen on it. But my number 5 is Judas Priest's Painkiller. I think you guys premiered it. And when it came out, I was like, oh, man, the Priest is really back, because it was all heavy, just shot in black and white, very stroby, almost dizzying. But Priest were back, man, heavy as hell, and it was great. My number 4 is Overkill's Hello from the Gutter, which was I just loved the song, and it always made me happy when it was coming on Headbangers Ball on a Saturday night. And it was just them playing live with their mascot flying through different areas, and I thought it was cool. And one of your previous callers, Eddie, had King Diamond's Welcome Home, and that one was always really cool, too, because you got a little horror segment. I'm sure Richard Christie loves that one. And my number 2 is Slayer, Season in the Abyss, when they were out there like on the desert with the pyramids, and I dig the song too. And my number 1 is Megadeth, Sweating Bullets, because with the multiple Daves.
It's on my list.
Oh, cool. And but with the multiple Daves, and then by the end of that, I really believed he was going insane in some way. And at that time, he may have actually been. I don't know if it was acting, but those are my 5, and I always loved them when they come on Headbangers Ball. And really weird to say, but I spent many late Saturday nights with you, Ricky.
That's okay. I appreciate it. Thank you. Sweating Bullets.
Certainly.
When I made a list of the videos, I mean, I didn't make my number 1 list, but I made a list of videos that I really liked. And Sweating Bullets was so good because Dave Mustaine's got such an attitude. And when he's looking at it, it's like, hello, me, meet the real me. It's like, oh, dude, that's so Dave. I mean, just that lyric is so Dave. But when he's saying it to himself, I like that video as well.
Yeah, and that was, if I recall, that was like really groundbreaking editing at the time and groundbreaking effects to be able to do that, like multiple Daves talking to themselves. Like, of course, now you do that in 2 seconds on a computer. I'm sure some kid could do
on
it.
A phone.
But back then, that was like a big deal. That was like groundbreaking technology.
Now you don't even need the band.
Right. Also, Painkiller, I mean, yes, really cool video and really made a statement that Priest was coming back to being a relentless, heavy band again after coming off Turbo and all that stuff, which was I did not think was great. He mentioned Overkill. It's funny, having worked at Megaforce when a lot of these videos that have been coming up were made, we certainly did not think we were making great music videos, and we had very little budget, but we had a Testament video come up, Ace Frehley video come up, and now an Overkill video with Hello from the Gutter, which, yes, had their animated bat, whose name was Charlie, flying around. But I'll tell you, when it comes to Overkill, I think are a very underrated thrash band. I liked the video they made on the next record for a song called Elimination, which was just these really quick cut black and white flashes, kind of like Painkiller to some degree. And that song and that video I thought was where Overkill really hit their stride as far as, pulling it all together musically and visually. I thought that was awesome.
Elimination, I remember playing that on Headbangers Ball. And what you say about like sort of the underrated thrash bands, I agree because, the big 4 and of course throw Exodus, Testament, Death Angel in there. But I never really gave Overkill that much of a chance until like the past 10 years. well after Headbangers Ball. And they are, and, they're good guys. And I agree that they're a band that was a little bit overlooked in the thrash thing. But, if I could ever do a Big 10 or even a Big 7, maybe Big 5, Overkill would be on it.
Yeah, a lot of people say if you went beyond the Big 4, if you're West Coast, most people would put Testament in the 5 hole, some Death Angel, some Exodus. And if you're on the East Coast, you would definitely say Overkill would go in there. So I don't know. I mean, they're all obviously great, but nobody's expanded the Big 4 to the Big anything else. So I guess you just go with those 4 for now. Here's